Baltimore said they got one. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, this league's about matchups, running backs, wide receivers. Zay Flowers surprised a lot of people getting paid after his third year. 35 a year is now what his APY is up to. What went into getting this deal done early for Baltimore and Zay Flowers?
They've been talking about this deal for weeks now, and I think also Zay could have held in, and he didn't do that. He was out there as they were discussing this new contract, and again, both sides got something that they want to hear. I think Zay's happy with the $35 million a year average, which places him amongst the highest paid wide receivers in the game. $108 million guaranteed. Like, there's no way you could turn it down. Lamar Jackson has talked about how underrated Zay Flowers is as a wide receiver, and they have a new offensive coordinator, Declan Doyle, stepping in this year. By the way, if you put up those numbers again, Pat, one more time on the number for the highlight. There are a couple of receivers out there right now that I'm thinking they're looking at this list and they're going, Puka Nacua looks at that list and says, George Pickens looks at that list and says, there are some receivers that are waiting to be paid here that haven't been paid, where you see where the ranges are now coming in. And so every time one of these deals comes in, whether it's Drake London getting done this summer or Zay Flowers getting done this summer or even Jackson Smith-Njigba in the spring, I think some of these other wide receivers are like, well, there's some big stakes this year if I can go out and play the way that I know I can and what the fallout of that will be.
We love big highlights and big contracts coming out of training camp.
That's right.
We don't like holdouts and injury. No. But we do like competitions happening, especially at a big, big position in a big, big time for a program that was not too far away from going to the Super Bowl just a couple years back. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Schefter, he's talking about Minnesota, and we know that you hold J.J. McCarthy's water because he's a Michigan man. But what is kind of the status between J.J. and Kyler? It seems like, reading the tea leaves, that competition is kind of over and Kyler won it, but it's still so early on in camp. We haven't even hit the preseason games yet. What is your read on that entire thing?
Okay, man, JJ has a chance to go down as one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. JJ is
real. All these are real, by the way. All these are real.
JJ is a force to be reckoned with. Saying all that, Kyler is viewed by many as the man who is probably the favorite to win this job, and he handpicked Minnesota, and Minnesota handpicked him. And we've seen the resurgence of quarterbacks across the league in other years, from Daniel Jones in your city to Sam Darnold in Seattle to Baker Mayfield in Tampa, quarterbacks getting other chances and moving forward.
Breaking.
So it's a situation where Kyler has a chance to do that now in Minnesota if he wins that job against one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen, J.J. McCarthy. And so we'll see if he can get that done. But again, a lot of people view it as his job to lose, and we'll see whether he can put that away.
I do appreciate you going to bat for J.J. McCarthy. By the way, we think all that is possible with J.J. I think any quarterback that makes it to the NFL has a chance.
What's that? What do we think?
Chance to be the greatest of all time if they get put.
You speaking for everyone?
I don't
think that either.
Were people saying that about Sam Darnold whenever he started over there in New York? I don't think so.
I don't think he's the greatest of all time either.
There's a chance he could be, though.
I don't think so.
What if he rattles off the next 10 Super Bowls? We don't know.
He's the greatest Super Bowl champ. Let him enjoy it, all right?
Yeah, exactly. There is a chance for that whole thing. But you mentioned about Sam Darnold having a resurgence in Seattle. He had a resurgence in Minnesota. Then they moved on from Minnesota for your guy, J.J. McCarthy, that you obviously both hands, I think, with the water, which you have to for Michigan, which we respect and appreciate. We've obviously done that for friends of ours as well in this entire thing. But if Kyler is able to hit that, like his ceiling in this Minnesota offense, Kyler's able to play for another 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Like this could be a special future for them together. Not that it couldn't be with JJ, but I'm thinking JJ might have to have a similar situation happen where maybe we go through a little bit and then we end up on the other side with who we're supposed to be as a human and also as a quarterback. But the thought of KOC and Kyler Murray together from the beginning was exciting, and even more so now once we're starting to see some highlights. And Justin Jefferson, I thought he was going to get in SummerSlam.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
Speaking of, we have Brock Lesnar joining us in the second hour, 1:40 p.m. Eastern, after lost to Oba, but passing of a torch. Let's continue to talk a little NFL chatter, shall we? Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Schefter, you mentioned Baker Mayfield there, and I think it's pretty evident that nothing's going to happen contract-wise with him. I guess we'll see. It could. But you mentioned this morning on your podcast that Vita Vea, things there might actually be much worse than are kind of being led on. I think a lot of people assume that a deal is eventually going to get done with him. But do you think at this point that it's more likely than not that there is a chance he will be traded before the start of the season?
I think that that's certainly a possibility. And again, the Buccaneers want to keep him, and they say they're not interested in trading him. And that's the way a lot of teams talk about a lot of players that they value and want to keep. But the fact of the matter is, Vita Vea is very unhappy. He's already asked for that trade. I don't see this situation changing anytime soon. He's in the last year of a deal that's scheduled to pay him $18 million when the defensive tackle market has been reset. He feels like they haven't treated him the right way. He wants to be traded. And even though Tampa has said we don't want to trade him, I think this could evolve to where later in the summer, it wouldn't surprise me if their stance changes, if Vita continues to be dug in, and I think he will be dug in. So that's why I think that possibility later on becomes possible.
Vita's been dug in since 2018, if you look at those stats.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is a plant in the ground whenever he wants to be. Also, a phenomenal athlete, and I think everybody enjoys him, his presence. So the fact that he's gotten to the point where he's fed up, fascinating. Let's move to another conversation in Tampa Bay, as we hope Vita Vea ends up as an Indianapolis Colt. That's what we hope happens. Yeah, we hope him.
You know how many picks to trade, remember?
Huh?
You traded all your picks last year.
Excuse me, can you show the sauce highlight? Thank you. I heard
today?
what you just said.
The one from today?
Well, he's sick today.
Oh.
He's sick today. Okay, he ate something. He was trying to get Super Bowl. Please show this. This guy's... Boom!
Strap.
That's on Super Bowl champion quarterback of this year, Daniel Jones, as well. So let's not get too great.
Not good for the
let's
offense.
move along. Vita Vea potentially... It's a good play.
Who's 16?
is it?
Ones on ones.
Who's 16? He dropped the ball.
Exactly.
It's a good play.
It was
Went
a
off
great
his
pass
hands.
breakup by Sauce Gardner. Maybe we don't have ones for the next 20 years because of Sauce, so we can't get Vita Vea. But we certainly got other options, potentially bring him here. Whoever does, I think we'll be pumped. And if Tampa gets it done, good for them. Tampa, though, you told us, obviously you broke the news. You break a lot of news. Baker, obviously not happy with Tampa in the way the entire business has gone. And Tampa, not necessarily thrilled with the way public business has gone either. Do we have any updates on that relationship? And should we just assume that, this is going to be a spite year for both of them? I'm going to go out here. You guys give me an opportunity. I'm going to play my ass off out here. Okay, I'm going to do what I need to do for this team, for the future, for somewhere else. And Tampa's like, hey, you go out there and do that. We're preparing for the future as well. Like, what is the level of we don't like each other happening? Because Baker won a playoff game in Cleveland.
Yep.
And got his ass kicked out of there somehow. We don't understand that. Now, from what we're hearing from Baker, very transparent, he's saying, I think I'm at least owed what I'm owed. I think he kind of babyfaced that thing. And from the sound of it, you think Tampa was a little bit upset that he did that publicly. Where do we stand with their relationship right now? Where do we stand? Because I want to let you know, if we didn't have Daniel Jones, love Baker in Indianapolis as well, just as we continue to say names that could potentially be so.
I mean, there are places you could already think of next year where Baker would fit in great. But there are a number of places out there. The issue is I don't think he's going to hit the market. And that doesn't mean that Tampa and Baker can't get a deal worked out or they won't get a deal worked out. But Tampa's got the franchise tag next year to the tune of roughly $47 million, which, by the way, is less than they offered him on an average per year basis on the 2-year extension they offered him, which was over $50 million a year. So they have the franchise tag at roughly 47. They have a franchise tag the next year, if they wanted that, at roughly 57. So you're looking at roughly $105 million in franchise tags the next 2 years, if that's the route they went and they couldn't get anything done and they wanted to keep Baker. It's hard to imagine that it would ever get to that point, that there would be 2 years of this and two franchises. But the point is that when you have that tag, I think it gives you a little bit of leverage, and it's not like Baker could just walk out the door. To me, I know he put that open of training camp deadline on talks, but I don't know why you can't revisit that and say, look, we're going to talk about this, and if we can make progress by Labor Day, great. And if not, then you don't. But the two sides obviously were on different pages. I don't know that they were all that far apart to begin with, but Baker shelved the talks and said he felt disrespected.
Different pages, same chapter. Yeah, that's what it sounds like you're saying as we roll through book metaphors. And I've been certainly turning the page to see what happens next between these two. Because whenever you said Tampa wasn't happy, behind the scenes about Baker not being happy in front of the scenes, I was like, wow, this is a real thriller, isn't it? This is a real thriller.
What's the epilogue going to be?
Exactly. And who's writing the foreword for this entire? There's so much stuff. Like, what's the precedent being said? And then right to the back. That back part, which I'm very familiar with, that's what we bring you in for. And what you just said, basically, as I was reading through that, is like, the Buccaneers aren't that mad at them. They're going to trap them there for the next 2 years at least for 100 in this. So they'll get over how mad they are. And what you also said there at the bottom is, and Baker Mayfield, he's not open to negotiation. What if they offer him exactly what they want before Labor Day? Okay. Boom. So then we put a period on that, turn the page, this new chapter. Baker is the Buccaneers guy forever.
Boom.
That's what it sounds like you're pitching right there. That's how you think, and we.
Well, I that's how both sides should think about it. I'm not telling you they will. Baker has.
You're an insider. You need to be telling us what the fuck they are thinking, not what they should be thinking.
Sourcing your words.
Yeah, you need to know if this is from Adam Source says me saying this, or Jason Light, or somebody in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization.
Have to cite your sources on the paper.
On the book too, for sure, right?
Yeah.
So you tell us who told you they're upset about the Baker stuff. We'll tell you Baker's upset about the Baker stuff. That's us. Look, we told you our source.
Yep.
You tell you. But it sounds like you think there is a deal still to be done, which is good, because I didn't know if they had rubbed each other the wrong way enough that they kind of say this is it for us. That's good news, I think, personally. You're saying this is what you think.
If Baker is open to doing a deal, yes, I still think there would be a deal done if Baker would like to do that.
Man, I'll tell you, it's tough to judge a book by its cover, but we watched that opening press conference, and it's like, this book, I know the ending.
Yeah.
He's out of there. And
has there been a player, like a quarterback or a franchise-type player, who has went into a season like, hey, this is the deadline, and now they
Joe Flacco.
Okay. That's the most recent?
elite.
I think
Won a
so.
Super Bowl, right?
And Kirk Cousins, too. Kirk Cousins was in a similar situation in Washington, right, where basically put it on the line and became a free agent. So those are the two examples that I could think of where it's not often that a quarterback gets to unrestricted free agency. And by the way, I don't think Baker will get there anyway, but if we're going to compare other quarterbacks who have been in a similar situation, those would be two that come to mind.
All right, good luck down there at the Baker's Buccaneers beef. Thank you for being on the beat of the Baker Buccaneers beef. I do appreciate the hell out of you for that. Last question here coming from Tone Diggs for you, Adam Schefter.
Yeah, Schefter, we saw highlights yesterday of Travis Hunter going both ways. There's been a lot of talk after his injury last year of what he's going to do. Is he going to continue to play going both ways?
Yeah, I think that they want to use him more on defense, and they want to keep using him on offense, maybe not quite as much as the last year, but he's going to be used as a weapon. Look, they traded up and used all those assets to get up there to use a player as talented as Travis Hunter. I think that his main position will be cornerback, but I think he's going to be used some on offense as well. They feel like he knows the offense that much better. He's in more command of all the positions, and because of that, that'll help him be on the field on the offensive side a little bit more and make some more plays. They got a lot of wide receivers there. That's a good football team.
They're not going to want to. Nobody's going to want to say this because obviously we don't want to disrespect the jacked Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
But he's going to have a package on offense, it sounds like, and he's going to be starting corner for the Jacksonville Jaguars, right?
It sounds like.
We have seen this before. To what extent will it be? We shall see. Obviously, a unique unicorn of an athlete that we are all very grateful to be alive during the time of. But I trust Liam Cohen, too.
Yeah.
We've only known Liam Cohen a couple years here now as a head coach. I trust him. He's willing to fight Saleh.
Yeah.
He's got the boys bought in. Trevor Lawrence plays his best ball with Liam, right? So I think I trust what Liam and the lads are going to be doing with Travis Hunter, but him not remaining healthy in the rookie year was the biggest fear. Him coming back more jacked, hopefully whatever it is will help it all out. But if he gets hurt again, there's going to be an entire...
That's tough. And it's football. That's a part of the sport. You're going to get hurt. Every player out there is going to deal with some type of injury. When you're playing both sides, you're playing more plays in general. Obviously, you're putting yourself out there a little more. So you get unlucky, but hopefully he stays healthy. But, I mean, he, like you said, he is as dynamic of an athlete that we've seen. But to be able to play offense and defense between the ears mentally and be able to adjust and do those type of things, to me, that, along with the conditioning, is the most impressive thing that I've seen from Travis Hunter. But got to stay healthy and get through a season and then hopefully a playoff run.
Good luck out there, Travis.
Hell yeah.
Good for ball. Travis Hunter's great for ball, man.
Oh, yeah.
Great for ball. I mean, Stoner said that immediately after drafting him.
Yeah, he did.
There's a box that football's been in for a long time. We're trying to bust open a box.
Fired up.
Put the box on the other side of the box. That's what Travis Hunter does.
Yeah.
Football's supposed to be busted out of the box and then moved to other boxes. And Travis Hunter is a box on top of these boxes. And this is what football can be, which is why we trade up number 2 to make this happen. And we said, Stoner, we believe you. And we hope it happens. Is Travis Hunter going to be able to, what is he, 220?
Might be playing linebacker.
It's huge.
This guy's unbelievable.
He probably put on a good
15?
10.
They also hit on their late round receiver Parker Washington. One
boy,
of their
did
stories of camp. So like him coming in to that role too helps them a ton.
Need to go.
Good for them.
Trading
All right.
for Jacoby.
We appreciate you, Schefter. Happy football season,
Yeah.
pal. Anything you say?
Yeah, before I go, Kenyon Sadiq, the Jets' rookie first-round draft pick, aggravated his hernia. He's going to miss some time. That's not great. We know A.J. Brown dislocated a finger in practice.
Good news, Bear.
Mike Vrabel said that offensive linemen do that every day. Why is it a national story with A.J. Brown? Get back out there.
Yeah.
Made
Old
made
news.
jokes
Thank you.
about that. Not a big deal. And the Miami Dolphins, some changes in their organization. They essentially have Tom Garfinkel running the Grand Prix or F1, whatever he's doing down there on the business side, and they moved Danny Silman over to the front office, like overseeing the football operations. So some big changes there in Miami. There you see Danny Silman taking over and being in charge of Jeff Hathley, John Eric Sullivan, and the vice president of football operations, Brandon Shore. So some major moves in Miami. I can't leave you without Dolphins, Jets, and some Patriot news there, Pat.
Thank you for that. A.J. Brown catches the football, would be different than the offensive line. Daniel Silman, congrats to him.
Yeah.
Good luck down there, bud. Gumpy's got no faith that you guys are going to be able to figure it out football-wise.
Oh, Sully's at the wheel. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
back.
All right. The Doll fam loves the Silman guy. And then Jets news, Sadiq, you kind of said it with a chipper voice.
Yeah.
Not good news at all there. You say, before I get out of here, just got something to say.
Well-
Sadiq, aggravated something, out for like 6 months or so. A.J. Brown, not a big deal. Like, how long is Sadiq out for? Because this guy, we watched him in college, awesome.
Absolute freak.
Absolute freak. What is this? What is projection here for him?
They think he's going to be ready by the opener. The problem with that is he's a rookie, and he's got to be out there getting the reps. So he may be out there week 1, but I don't know that he could be playing as much as he ordinarily would if he went through camp healthy.
Sadiq the freak. I think he could drop a couple plays. Hey, we need you to see him. You know, you just need to go ahead and just run right down there.
Yeah.
Hey, we need you to drive this guy just this way somewhere, hopefully. Got it. Get your ass in there now. You are bigger, stronger, faster than any human we have ever seen before. Just like what we say about you, ladies and gentlemen. That's